Hi guys, and welcome to this advanced point of sales tutorial developed using Python. Now let me show you guys how this works. First of all, I'm going to show you how the print function works. Click on the print just to print out all the item there. There we go, look at that. There. Okay, and we can even reset and enter a new product. Reset it all, and let's enter a new item. So let's go for that, cakes and so on. There. And we can even remove an item that we don't want and add more item. Then click on, let's assume the customer is going to be paying by, let's say, cash this time as well. He's deposited £40. All we just need to do is to click on pay and we get the change. That's the change, and right there we can also print that out. There we go guys, look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment and we'll put one of these very beautiful tutorials together. Okay guys, let's start a new project, and just for your information, for most of my viewers out there would like to know the version I'm using is actually Python 3.9.0. So first of all, I'm going to import as follows. Import the Kinter, and that's going to be, I'm going to import all. I think I might have to increase the font size here. Let's go for about 14 so that you guys can see that. Apply. Okay, yeah, and import the following as well. There. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this project, let's create a class first, and I will call that class point of sale. Okay, now let's come down here and just define as follows, and I'm going to say initialize. Now I'm going to enter self, comma, and I'm going to say that's root. And the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to say self.root, just to define the following. Self.root, it has to be indented though, and make this one dot. This is a self, comma, root. And now I have self.root equals root, and self.root, I'm going to also add a title to that, so copy that and just paste that in here. That's for the title, so I'm going to say dot title, and the title I'm just going to call that point of sale. There we go. Right. The other thing that I'm going to do is to define the geometry, the background, and input will be true. That I'm going to be using that for the number pad. So let's just copy that again, paste, and that is going to be for my geometry. The geometry that will be for the size of my application. Let's try to get that right, and I'm just going to make that about 1350. Multiply that by 750 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. That's the coordinates, which means the application is going to start from here and all the way down. Depend on your own resolution. Now let's add a background. So I'm going to say self.configure, or you can use config, and the background this time around I'm just going to make that maybe I should go for my regular. Yeah, why not? I'm going to call that cadet blue. You can use whatever background you want. There we go. And what else? Here, let's declare the following. I'm just going to call that set.input. The input value that is going to be for my number, the number of buttons that I intend to create. I'm going to call that it's going to be true. There. So just declare that for now. The other thing I want to do is to import every single images that I intend to use. So let's say self.coffee coffee1 equals picture. This is how you import your image. Okay, you must enter picture image, and the picture image file equals, I already have that on my system, it's called coffee1 dot get file. There we go. So I have a lot of those images, so, and I've named them in a convenient way. I have coffee 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I can just paste. Get all of this indented. Hold on to your control, and there we go. Using the square bracket, bring it back there. I just change this one to 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to add the rest of the images that I intend to use. So now that you guys actually get the whole idea of how to get the images on board, right there are all the images I intend to use. Okay, so I've actually embedded it straight into the system, and maybe I should show you guys the images. And let's go, there we go. Those are the images I intend to use. So I've already called them. So minimize that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, let's try this out anyway. I'm going to use an if there. Let's say if underscore name equals underscore equals, that would be underscore main and underscore apostrophe and column. There, I just want to round it up and see how it's gonna look like when I run it. So let's say root equals tk. The T is in uppercase, the K is in lowercase. So let's say application equals point of sale, and it's going to be a child of a root. And let's just come down here and say root dot main loop. There we go. Okay, let me just save this. I just want to confirm that it's going to work as expected. So let's go to file, save. There will be nothing happening though, so maybe I should put that in here. Yeah, that is the one with the printer. And point of sale underscore printer. There. Yeah. Save. And as you guys can see right up here, you can see it's the version 3.9.0 for those of you who regularly send me an email. That's it right there. Okay, so let's run and see. Run. Okay, we have an error. Oh, that should have a column in there. So run it again. Run. And let's see. There we go. That's just the interface. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so like I said earlier, it's version 3.9.0. so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to declare some variables that I intend to use. So right underneath here, let's say global and I'm going to call that operator there. And this very operator, let's initialize it with nothing. I'm going to be using that for the number pad equals nothing. Now the next thing is, let's declare a calc. I'll use that for the calculation as well. Well, I might not use that. No, let's declare change. We're going to need change. Change equals, it's a change input. Okay, change input. Change input is going to be equals string there. Okay, let's just speed up this and I'll get back to you guys. There we go, guys. So what I'm going to do now is, let's create a frame. So I'm going to call that main frame, and my main frame is going to be, the widget will be a frame actually, and let's say it's going to be a child of self.root. There we go. And let's make the background color BG. I'm going to make that cadet blue as well. I don't even think I should do that, since the default is cadet blue. Okay, now let's run that up. So that's going to be main frame dot grid, and this very grid, let's get it padded x equals 8, and the y padding equals, let's say 5 there. Okay, let's create another one for my buttons. So for the buttons, we say I'm going to call that button frame. Button frame equals frame, and this frame is going to be a child of the main frame. Yeah, main frame. Okay, comma, border, make that about 5. Okay, we can always change that. And the width, we're going to make that about 1350. Height, we make that 160. It can always be changed. So X padding, we make that 4. Y padding, make that 4 as well. Yeah, why not 4? Okay, and BG color, let's set it for by cadet blue. There we go. Now let's say relief, that is going to be rigid. Ring. There we go. There. Let's run this up. Let's come in here. Let's run that up. Say button frame dot pack, and it's going to be inside. Let's say side is equals button. Yeah. Okay. So let's just speed up the others. Okay, guys, the frames are all in place now. Just take a good look at them. There we go. These are all the frames for now. So I'm going to run it. It will look a bit messy, but don't worry about that. Okay, that's how it's looking now. So we then take care of all of these, add some text widgets and so on in here. These are going to be buttons. So exit out. So let's come in here. Maybe I should do one thing first. Okay, let's come in here. Let's take care of I'm going to call that let's call it calculate frame widget. Yeah, something like that. Why not? There. Okay. In there, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to say self dot lbl subtotal. Yeah, subtotal. Why not? That will be equals label. So I want that label to display my subtotal, and this label is going to be a child of the calculate frame. There we go. And I say comma font equals maybe area, and the size of the font will make that about 14 bold. Yeah. Okay. Text on it, I'm going to make that subtotal. Okay, what else do we need to do? Let's add border. We make that 5. Okay, so what else do I need? I'm going to close that for now, and I need to close something. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's run this up. So underneath here, I'm just going to come down here and just run that up. Let's say dot grid. That is going to be row equals 0, comma, column equals 0 as well, and strictly west. Yeah, strictly west, comma, get it padded x, that would be 5, equals 5. Close that. There. So I'm just gonna save that and run it. Let's see. Let's run that and let's see how that looks like. Then I'll take it from there. There we go. So let's add a text box to it. Copy all of this, just change it to run. Come right down here. There. Instead of LBL, I'm going to change that to TXT here as well. And this is going to become entry widget. Yeah. Entry widget. And we're going to get rid of this. We don't need that. There. Alright, that is the very first one. Let's see, let's run it and see. There we go, that's fine. So close that. Now what I'm going to do is, let me go right up here. I need subtotal input. Grab subtotal input. That's going to be the variable that I intend to use for it. Let's say comma there. Press enter. Text variable equals that. Okay, that takes care of that. So I'm going to copy and just speed that up for the next one. Change this around and repeat the same thing here. There, that will be for the total. Come right down here. This is total. Change that around, total and total here. This will become total there, and this, the one in the middle, that's going to be tax. Now repeat the same thing for the others. Tax and tax here, and we have tax in here. There. Tax here as well. We're going to have to change this though. And let's see, we have 0 here, so this is going to be 1. That will be 1, and this will be, if this is 1, this will be 1 as well here, and this will be 2, and 2 here. There, it's supposed to be 2, not 3, 2. Okay, let's try that out so that you guys see how that's gonna look like. Let's see. There we go, look at that. So that's cool. Now I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing, because I intend to populate this side of it as well. Okay, now let's speed that up. I'm going to grab all of these, copy and paste it right underneath here. There we go. That's for the second frame. Okay, I've actually speed up the second frame. This is it right there, but one different is I've entered a combo box here. That is the combo box. Above it is the label, and inside the combo box I've just entered cash, Visa card, and MasterCard in there. That's the combo box. Okay, there isn't much different. And I've also taken upon myself just to call the various text variables there. Okay, let's press enter here so that you guys can see what's going on there. So let's run that. You see. Then the last frame, I'm just going to add buttons there. There we go, that is it. So that's fine. I'm going to add buttons here to exit out. So come right down here. I'm going to grab all of these, just copy that, add a button underneath here. Okay, right underneath here, I'm going to add buttons. So let's change this widget so I don't get confused. That will be buttons. Buttons for pay and so on. Pay, print, remove, yeah, and so on. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, bring it down. So right underneath here, very first one, I'm just going to enter self dot btn pay equals button, and is going to be a child of remove frame there. Okay, now let's get it padded as well. I'm going to say pad the x-axis by 2, and the fonts, let's go for about maybe 15. Just copy it here. Yeah, make it a little bit bold. 15 bold. And the text on it, the text content on this is going to be pay. What else do we have? The width equals 10. Height, yeah, let's make it 1 just to restrain it. And the border is going to be 2. Okay, close that. I think that'll do. So this very button, I'm going to round it up here. Come down here, let's copy paste that underneath here, paste, and that is going to be dot grid, and that's going to be row 00, row 0, column 0. Copy that, paste that here, there, and the column is going to be 0. So get it indented, yeah, right. What about padding though? Maybe I should get it padded. Yeah, let's just set that as the default equals 4, and the y-axis padding, make that 2. Right, so I'm going to save and run, then I can just copy it around if it works fine. Okay. Oh, that should be an equals there. Now let's try that again. Run. There we go. I have my second button, my first button. So I'm going to copy that now. Copy. And just add it over there. 2 and 4. I have 4 in total. So let's indent and change things around. So that's it there. And this is going to be prints. That is my reason for creating this very program, the printing. And the other one is the calculation buttons. And this will be remove item, or just remove. There we go. Alright, this is going to be column 1, row 0, and this will be 1. Yeah, that's correct. This will be 1 as well. 1, and this will be 1. Maybe I should swap this around. Okay, now let's save it before I change the names. Let's run it and see how it's gonna look like. There we go. You see that, guys? So I'm now gonna just change the names. So this is gonna be called BTN print. BTN print here. And BTN reset. So that takes care of the buttons over there. And this one, I'm going to call that remove item. Come in and paste. There we go. That is it. All done for those buttons. So these very buttons that I've taken care of, I'm going to actually copy them and use them for the others. Let's see. That is fine. My buttons are in place. Exit out. Okay, let's start work with the calculation or calculator buttons. So let me copy all of these and bring it down here. Let's paste it right here somewhere. There. And this one, you guys might not be able to see that. Right. Okay, now this is going to just be for button calculate. So just in case if a customer enter or decide to pay by cash, so that's the purpose of this button. Okay, now let's change this one. This is going to be 7 and 7 here. So let me take care of 1 first. I'm going to get rid of this width and so on, and let's make this about let's copy this anyway before I start changing things. Paste. This is going to be, I'm going to make it about 22, and I'm going to make this about, so let's make the Y 22. That's going to be Y, and I'm going to make this go for about 13 here. The font 20, okay, and this is going to be the text. We'll make that 7. Okay, but here let's change this. That should be something to do with button. Change button. So change the button frame. Copy paste that in there. And that will be button in here. You can just copy this, paste that in there. So that's the name of that very frame. Okay, I'm gonna make this. Let's go for about 8. Right. What else do I need to do? Okay, I'm gonna enter. Let's say BG color. That's BG equals cadet blue. Right, that takes care of the color. And what else shall I do? I think that'll be all. So I can even, okay, let's do this. Press enter and just grab all of this. Let's put them in one line instead of making, yeah, put them here. And get rid of this. Yeah, that's another way of developing your button. Anyway, you can just do it that way. Okay, let's see. That will be 0, 0. And what about the padding? Do I really need that for now? Let me get rid of this for now. If I need it, I will have to add it to it. Let's run it and see how that's going to look like. There we go. That's my button right there. So I'm just going to copy that now. Since that is taken care of, just copy. And we change it around. This is 0, 0. That will be 0, 1, 2. Okay, here is, this will be 9, and this is 8. And let's just get this thing indented properly. This is 9. 8's here. And yeah, that will be it. That is 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 2. Run. Let's see. There we go. Now we're making a progress. Okay, exit out. We can now copy and paste. Copy all of these. Paste that underneath here. Repeat the same thing for the next one and another one. So I'm just going to now change the details around. This will be, let's change it here, then I can just speed up the rest of the naming. That is 4, 5 and 6. This will be 1, 2, 3, and here I'm going to have 0 here, decimal here, and a clear function here. Right. Now let's get the rows right. This is, very first one is 0, so this will be 1, 1, 1, 1, and we have 2, 2 and 2 here. Then we have 3 here, 3, 3 and 3. Now let's run our program and see how that buttons is going to look like. There we go. All my buttons are in the house. Nice one. So the whole idea is when I click on any of these buttons, it will display the value, the amount deposited by a customer right here. There. So that is all there is to that. So let's just change the names, and we can call it this one dot, and this is 0. We have, what number is it? That's 3. 3, 2, 1. That will be 6, 5 and 4. There. So run it again. Run. There, that's fine, guys. I'm going to exit out and understand work with the other buttons. Decide maybe I should use this method or continue with this very method. Okay, I'm gonna just keep this method for my buttons, for the calculator buttons. Yeah, that's fine. And the other one, maybe just copy. Let's copy this. Let's copy this method here. Bring it down. It's all the same. You can use either one. Alright, so this is going to be for the, let's call that cake 1. And for the cake 1, I'm going to add image to it. So let's change the frame. So the frame setting is going to be the food item frame. Right. Okay, but what I'm going to now do is let me add an image. The very first image that I have up here, you guys can still recall when I created these images. So the image I'm going to be referring to will be this very one, that of the cake. So let's copy that and let's bring it down. So let's say right here, I'm going to say image, that will be equals that. Okay, but the problem is the width is always very different. Let's get rid of this font. We don't need a font anymore, so we can just say width is going to be approximately 140, and the height as well, I'm going to make that 140 as well. 104, not 40. 104 equals 104. Okay, then let's see. Oh, let's get rid of all of this and get rid of this as well. Alright, what else do I need? Okay, if I have declared a variable, no I haven't. Okay, I'm going to leave it the way it is, and right here that is cake 1 as well, since I haven't created a function. So I'm going to do it this way. Then this is going to be 0. Let's make this about column. I can make that column 1. Yeah. No, column 0. It's going to be the very first one. 4, 2. Okay, let's run it and see. Yeah. The padding is x4 and y is 2. Alright, that is good. Look at it there. Alright, so that's fine. So all I'm just going to do now is copy and paste. That's need 6. Yeah, I think that's 6. That is fine. Okay. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5. Okay, let me just see how that's going to look like. So, but first thing first, let's change all of this. That will be 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, those are the cakes that I call, all the images I mean. Okay, now run. Let's see. There we go. That is looking good. Now that is taken care of, that's easy. So let's just call this button with image. With images or image here, that's fine. That will be the first one. I'm going to need about 4 of those in there, so I'm going to grab this, copy, and paste it right underneath here for the next one. There. I just change things around. Okay, well, we need to change the names of these. This should have been 6. 6 here as well. 5. 5. 4. 3 and 3 and 2 and 2. There. Now the one below that is going to be row 1. 1 and 1. So what's I need to get this right, so let's come in here and just change the item. Maybe I should just do it randomly. I'm going to change this to, okay, this is going to be coffee. Oh, come on. Coffee. I'm going to randomize it. That will be 3. And the next one, the image that I'm going to call in there, I'm going to call that maybe 4. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to call this one coffee 1, and this is going to be coffee. Let's make that 2. Coffee number 6. I'm just changing it around, and this will be number 5. If you like, you can just arrange them the way you want, just like I did with this one, 1 to 6. But in this case, I've just made them random. So that goes for the names then. This is going to be BTN Coffee 3, BTN Coffee 4. Now let's copy this and just change it. That is 4. And 4 here as well. This will be 1. And 1 here. And this is going to be 2. 2 and 2. I'll make this 6. 6 and 6 here. And this is 5. 5. Alright, I guess you guys get the whole idea. So let's run it and see. Click on run. Okay. There we go, look at that. Yes, it's coming up the way I want. Okay then. So now I believe you guys get the whole idea. This is for my image number 2. I'm now going to copy that, and that will be image number 3. We'll just speed things up. There, so I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. I just need 2 more rows and that's it, done. Okay, I have completed all of the buttons for the item we are selling. Okay then, there they are. That's the last part of it for each button. There. And this is for the calculator. Okay, I'm going to run it now. Let's run it and see how that's going to look like. Alright. Click on run. There. There we go. Alright, that's fine. So, we now need to add a tree view here, and we also add a text widget here as well underneath Treeview, and a text widget that I will use for the printing. Okay, exit out. Okay, right above these calculator buttons, let's add my tree view right there. Copy that and just paste it right here. So I'm going to change this to Treeview. There. And I will also need text widget. Here, text. Okay, widget. Right. Okay, first of all, I'm going to take care of the tree view first, because I intend to be able to scroll vertically. I'm going to, let's say, scroll underscore y-axis equals scroll bar there. And this my very scroll bar is going to be inside the frame I call receipt frame. Comma orientation is going to be vertical. Close that. Okay, what else? Now this is self dot pos underscore, let's say underscore records. Okay, the widget is ttk dot treeview there we go. And this Treeview is also a child of this, a child of that very receipt frame. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make the height about, let's say 20. Okay, then we'll say column or columns. That will be equals as follows. The very first one, I'm going to call that item. Okay, getting somewhere. Then the next one, let's say, and this is going to be quantity, and here I'm going to call that amount. There. Okay, one more thing though. Let's get this scroll command. Let's press enter and we'll just say y scroll command. That will be equals this dot set. Paste that here. Dot set. There. Okay, the next thing we want to do is the scroll. I want to get it packed, and that will be side, that will be right. Okay, right, and fill equals y there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. If I run it, all you just see is a tiny bit of horizontal scroll bar. No, vertical scroll bar. That's all we will see. That's it right there. Okay, now let's make our Treeview get pronounced. So I'm going to copy this. So right underneath here now I want to add heading to my Treeview. That is the name of my Treeview. Okay, so I'm now going to add heading to it. Heading. That is going to be equals the very first one, item, comma, and the text on it is going to be equals the same text anyway, so that's fine. There, that takes care of the very first one. So let's copy and just paste it around for the other. And this is going to be for the quantity, and here with quantity as well. Then we have amount. out here as well. Okay, let's get it indented. There. Okay, the next thing is we now want to show the heading. Let's come in here and just ask. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. Paste it here. Enter a square bracket hyphen, and we just say show equals headings. There. Okay, that is fine. So the other thing we now want to do is I'm going to then define the width. So let's grab all of these. I'm just going to change it around. Now come right down here, paste. Okay, the width will be, that will be column, not. Okay, let's grab this and just paste it in there. Column and column here as well. Alright, then what item is going to be there? That. And let's change this one to width. Okay, let's just say width equals 120. There. And the others. Let's change this around. Yeah. There. Make this about 100, and this is going to be 100 as well. Okay, now let's get it packed. Grab this, and we'll just say dot pack, and that will be, we want it to fill on both sides. Comma, expand equals 1. And that's it. So if I run it now, I should be able to, it should be working really. Let's see, there we go. That's it. That is my Treeview created. Now let's do one thing. I'm going to get it bound just to determine the events. Okay, come right down here and just come down, paste, and that is going to be dot bind. And that's going to be button release and release. One. There. Okay, that takes care of that. Now I'm going to create one more that I will call one more widget right underneath here. I want that widget right below this very Treeview, somewhere here. Let me show it to you guys. Right underneath here. You won't be able to see it, but that's what I'll be using for my printing. So let's come down here. I'm just going to call that self.txt receipt, and that is going to be a text. And this receipt is also a child of receipt. Paste that in there, comma. Now the width. Let's see, I want to make the width about 8. Let's see. No, not 80. Let's make it 79. 79. What about the height? We make that maybe approximately 1. Equals 1. Fonts. The font will be very low because I don't want it to lift up the widgets. So the font I'm going to make that about 5. Okay, so close that. Everything there is done. Let's round it up here. I'll just get it packed as well. There. Dots pack. Okay, so this very receipt, and I want to insert dots, insert, and what I want to insert on it will just be those 3 items as well. So let's say end, comma, item, and let's say tab, 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 tab. I think I have 4, that's good enough. And quantity, I'll do 4 of those as well, or maybe around 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now amount. As for amount, go to tab once and carriage return. Close that. There we go. Right. Okay. You see this very widget? That's the widget that I'll be using for my printing. This will be for display, so you guys will be able to see this properly. Okay. And at the end of the day, whatever I entered inside the Treeview will be entered in here as well. However, if you guys can modify it to print directly from the Treeview, that would be cool. And I would even like to know more about that. But for now, let me run it, you see what I'm talking about. There we go, look at that. That's sneaky. That's my Treeview, and right underneath here, you might not be able to see it properly, that is my text. Now everything is looking good. That's very good. Okay, that is fine. Now let's try just one single line of code. Oh, hang on a minute. We'll take care of, maybe we'll take care of this. Yeah. So let's take care of these buttons. So I'm going to exit out. Okay. Alright, we might as well just enter the function right up here. Let's just say function. And I am going to call this very function or method. I'm going to call that def, let's say button click. There we go. There. And I'm going to enter an argument in there, just call it numbers. And let's go for the global variable that I have up there, global operator. And operator in this case is going to be equals to operator equals operator plus whatever we have in the number. Right. And let's say cache input. Cache input is one of the variables declared up there. Cache input equals operator. Now you see this very cache input, that is meant to be a variable. So I'm going to copy that cache input and I'll place it right inside my cache widget. There we go. and there it is. So I'm going to, yeah, that is there already, so that's fine. And this one is there too. So the other one that we need to take care of is, let's come down, the buttons right here. So let's use Lambda. So here we use let me say command that will be equals Lambda column equals btn click, and this time around the argument is 7. Okay, let me press enter so that you guys can, or maybe move this one in a little bit. You should be able to see it much better now. I'll just press enter, why not? And here this one come right here. Okay, so that would be for button number 7, and that takes care of button number 7. So I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for the others. So maybe just let's copy these. Okay, copy that and just paste it right in here. And this is button number 8 right there. Enter 8 there, and we have 9. This is 4, button number 4, button number 5, and here that will be number 6, number 1, and we have 2. Oh, that is number 1. Yeah, number 2. Get confused with the wrong name. And here number 3. There we go. Then this one will be 0. Okay. And I think that will be all for now. Okay, so let's use it for, yeah, we use it for this as well, for the full stop, or no, decimal place actually. Right. Okay, for now, let's see. So that's it, calling each of the numbers using Lambda function. Okay, so let's go up here. Oh, look at me. That should have been dots. Same. Alright. That is cache input. The cache is in uppercase. Let's make sure it is, the variable is right. Let's come up here. Yeah. Okay, let's run it. Run. And if it's working, let's see decision time. It's coming up. Alright, we have a 7. Yeah, it is working. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Alright, that is supposed to be the cash deposited by the customer. Then you actually subtract this from total to get the change. Alright, that's fine. So the button is all taken care of. Okay, let's take care of, so we take care of this. Let's take care of this button so that we can add data here, the name of the item, and so on. So let's exit that, and I am going to put that right here as well, my functions. Okay, create another function, and this one is going to be dev. I'm going to call that ice cream. No, ice cake. No, it is a cake. Ice cake 6. There. Ice cake 6. Because I do have a lot of them in there. Okay. Now I'm going to say item cost. Let's see. I think the cost is about. Let's run it and see. Let's hope we won't have an error there. Okay, £2.89. Okay, equals 2.89. And the tax, I'm going to make that 2.5. Okay, and save dot point of sales record. That is my Treeview point of, that's what it's called. Dot insert. What am I inserting in there? First of all, space in there, comma, tk end dot end, comma, enter the following values. That will be equals pink cake. Yeah, pink cake, comma, and the quantity, that will be 1, comma, maybe I don't even have to enter the quantity, 2.8. There. Okay, close that. Alright, that's fine. Now the next thing we want to do is my receipt. If you guys can still recall this receipt I'm talking about, that was the text widget, this very one here underneath here. That's a text widget. Okay, so you won't know, but it's a text widget. So if I click on this, information will be displayed in here. All of those data are also stored right inside the text widget. Okay, and if I want to print, click on print, they will be printed from the text widget. Okay, then let's come right down here. So I'm going to say self dot txt receipt. Yeah, receipt dot insert, and that is going to be end, comma, all of this information here. I can grab this. Yeah, just grab this one, paste that here, plus I'm going to have to add tabs, so I'm going to say 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that should do it. Plus 1, plus another 3 tabs, so we can grab all of these, paste, and we then enter the costs, which is this right here. There we go. And let's get it tabbed as well. No, let's say plus carriage return. There. Okay, now using a for loop, let's say for, let's say child in this very Treeview, that's my Treeview though, dot get underscore children. There. And item cost plus equals float, and that is going to be my Treeview dot item of the child, comma, and that's will be whatever value that we have in it. Values, close that, and I'm going to make that, because it's the cost will be in position number 2. Position number 2 because it's an array, so it starts with 0. This is 0, 1, 2. That is it. That's where the cost will be. Alright, that's taken care of. Now I need to enter my subtotal. Subtotal underscore input, subtotal underscore input equals dot set the following. Okay, convert that to string, and what you convert into string is going to be as follows. I want my pound sign, yeah, and percent dot to decimal place. That should be an F. Right, close that. And what else do we want? We don't want percent again, and in this case I'm going to now enter item cost, paste that in here. Let's say item costs. Let me even make that uppercase. Item cost. Note guys, I've made my item cost uppercase, so whatever item cost should all be uppercase. Alright, that's it. It's a local variable here, so no problem. So I'm going to deduct £2.89. Close that 1, 2, and 3 because I have 1, 2, 3. So that should give me the subtotal. Right. Okay, for the tax, that will be tax underscore input dot set as follows. So I'm going to grab all of these anyway because I might need it too. I'm going to need it, not might. Paste. So in the case of tax, we now want this. We multiply that by whatever we have for tax. Let's say multiply by tax and divide it by 100. Okay, let's repeat the same thing for total. So right underneath here, I'm going to enter total underscore input. Right, as for total input, let's grab all of this, paste that in here. Okay, with the total input, all we need to do is to add the tax and the subtotal, whatever we have inside the subtotal. So this is what we have inside this top subtotal. I'm going to grab all of these. Let's grab all of these. And I'm going to paste that right here. Let's see. 1, 2. Paste. and plus. Yeah, I think that will do it. Okay, so we need to try this out now. Okay, and let's see. Oh, I have save dots. I'm missing an S. Oh, I've added an S here. My Treeview is called save dots POS underscore record. Or get rid of this. Let's get rid of this S underscore record. Else I will end up with an error. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that should hopefully take care of that. So I'm going to copy this. I need to call that very function inside my button that is called ice cake 6. Ice cake 6. There we go, right there. So here I'm going to enter comma, command equals that ice cake 6. Right, let's hope it's right. So let's try that out. Let's run and see if that's gonna work. Yes, look at that. That's fine. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. That's working. Now let's take care of these other ones. You see these ones? Let me show it to you guys. These ones, they do nothing. So this is doing something. So this is, that should be 5, 4, and so on. Yeah. Let's see. Which one is this? Ice cake 4. Okay, so I arrange it randomly. I'm going to copy this. Just copy the commands. And here, enter a comma there. Just enter that in there. That's 4. Make that 4. And we'll come down here. I make these 3. Then I'm going to have to create those ones. 3, and this is going to be 2. Ice cake number 2. This is 5. Comma. Just entering those functions. They have not been created yet. We now have to go up there and create them. And this will be 1. Comma. There. That's 1. Okay. So I've officially added the commands to them. So let's go up there and create those functions. Right here. Just copy and paste. Take care of that. That will take care of that. Ice cake number 6. Copy that. Come right down here. There we go. So we can even change this to number 5. 5. We have 6, and 5 will be 3.4. Should be 3.4 here as well. 3.40. Let's just distribute that for the others. 3.40 here. Here as well. Right here. And here. And the name of this is going to be known as rainbow cake. Rainbow cake. There. Copy and paste. There. Okay, so that takes care of number 5. Make sure the indentation is right. I'm going to copy these two Just need to speed it up so that we take care of 4 and so on. Or we can even paste it. Okay, might as well just paste it. I've copied already. Alright, that will be 4, 4 and 3. The next one will be 2 and 1. Then we just speed up the whole changes that's meant to take place. That's 1 and 2. So I guess you guys get the whole idea. I'm just going to change the names and change the price. Okay, that's the function officially taken care of. Okay guys, I've finished changing the cost for each item and the names for each item around. Okay, just have a good look at it. And now let's run it and just see. Click on run. There, look at that. That is nice. Okay, so we've got all of this working, so let's speed these ones up. So as you can see, it's just exactly the same lines of code. All I just have to do is copy and paste. So I'm going to copy all of these and repeat the same thing for the others. Copy that up to here. There we go. Right. And right there guys, those are all the functions in place. All I then need to do now is just to call them. Okay, those are the functions. So that is for every single buttons called coffee, buttons called drinks, and the one called cakes. Right there. Okay, it's the same lines of code. So let's scroll right down. Now this one is taken care of, so let's grab this. Let's grab a command. No, just grab a command alone. Now this very one here is going to be, let's take it from the top here. That's drinks 1. Command equals drink 1. So we've taken care of that. Grab this, come in here, comma, this will be drink number 2. Yeah, this can even go up here as well. There's enough room for that. Yeah. So no, I call that 4, so we'll change that to 4. Here will be drink number 3 then. Drink 3, and this is 6. Okay, check out the names of the button, and that's how I've named each of my function, and this will be 5. Why this is 2. There we go. That's nice. Okay, the next one is the coffee. Do we have enough room for coffee as well? Let's say comma, coffee. No, we don't have enough room. Comma, no. Let's just say enter, and that will be coffee. Alright. So grab this. Now this is number 3, and this will be comma, and that's number 4. That's 1. We have 2, and we have 6. 6. Finally we have 5. There. one more to go. Press enter here. Scroll up. The next one is the cake. So there's enough room for the cake. Cake number 1. Paste that. That will be cake 1. Okay. So let's speed this up. This is 2. Let's grab it from here. That's 2. We have 3. This one is easy. 4. 5. And finally we have 6. There. Okay, let's save that and run it as well, just to make sure it works. Alright, look at that. It's all working, guys. Look at that. No errors so far. Yeah, like that. Okay, that takes care of that. So we now need to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can call it the end of the project. Right, so exit out. And let's take care of the printing, because that's the main reason why I'm actually developing this tutorial. I'm going to scroll right up there. You see where I have all my functions. I'm now going to enter the printing function there. I'm going to kind of like have to enter the printing function before the buttons, else I may end up with an error. Okay, so let's scroll right up there. Maybe right underneath here. Yep. So let's enter. Okay, scroll right down. This would be some other functions. Let's just call that functions calls. Okay, so right inside function calls, let's undo that error and just come in here and press enter. Okay, I'm going to declare as follows. So let's call that function I print. There we go. We need to make sure that it's properly indented. Yeah. Okay, right in here I'm going to, let's declare a local variable. I'll call that q equals self dot txt receipt. Receipt is my hidden widget that is right underneath the Treeview. Okay, I'm going to now add every single data that I have. Yeah, every single data in here that is already added in here will be printed. Okay, yeah. So let's come in here and say 1, dot 0. No, that should be, yeah. And we say comma and dash 1c. Close that comma there. And we now want to print. It's just, the choice is yours if you want to print out Q really, but I just want to use that as an experiment, just to print it out. Then we then end up and say file name equals temp file, temporary file dot make temp. Yeah, make temp. And this make temp is going to be dot txt text file. I think you can use Word as well. Then I'm now going to come in here and ask the system to open open the file that is right that you've written into dot. That should be right. Q into it. Then after that, we now want to use the operating system start file. Here we go, that's it right here. Operating system start file, and the file is file name, comma, and just get it printed. There. Okay. So that's my print function. I will now call this very function. Let's copy that. I print, come right down here and look for the button with the print button. Let's see. Scroll right down. There we go. So I'm going to come in here, comma, command equals print. And that's it. I've just called the function print. So I'm going to now run it. Run. Let's enter some data in there. Okay, so I'm now entering all of my data, or all of the items that I intend to purchase. Okay, you see right here underneath here, that is where all of these items are also stored, and that's where I'm printing it from. Okay, so I'm going to hit on print, but before that, let's see this one. But yeah, you see that if I select cash, I should be able to work out the change, but right now it's not working yet. So let's check out our print. Click on print. There we go. Yeah, that's it. You see that, guys? The printing and that is fine. So you can save it as a PDF file and print that out, but unfortunately I don't have a printer on my system, so I'm going to exit out. That's it. So my printing is working, so that is fine. There, exit. Okay, that is fine. So let's take care of reset and these other ones. Click on print again. I'm getting carried away, so that's fine. Exit out, and look at that. You also have it right in here because I asked the system to print it out. That's it. This is the reason why it was printed out on that sheet you saw earlier. Okay, so let's take care of resets. Let's take care of the give, change, delete, and clear. I need to use the clear for the button, for this very button here. Where is it? I'm going to use that button there. So for the delete, clear, and so on, I'm going to have to speed up those ones because this project is all about print. Yeah. Okay, let's speed those up. Okay, guys, those are the lines of codes. The function, this one we actually take care of the clear, and this will delete. If I select any of the remove item, this will delete an item from the Treeview. So this should get rid of the item from the Treeview. Why this one here we give change. Okay, and this is the method that will check if the user select or has selected cash, and that's it. I've called the method right here. Hey, so have a good look at those lines of codes, the functions. So I'm going to take it back up there. Alright, so now let's call give change. Where is it? Give change. That is going to be right inside the page. So let's come right down the button with BTN pay. Come right down here. BTN pay, that is it right there. Comma. command equals give change. Right, that is taking care of the print is already taken care of. This is reset. So this is the one I use for reset, that will clear every single components. Okay, clear all of the display, that's fine. Right, grab that and let's come right down here. Where is it? Reset. So come right in here, command equals reset. Now this very one that is going to be remove item, so in that case I'm just going to come in here, command equals delete. Yeah, that is for, that would actually delete whatever item I don't want on my Treeview, and that is the delete, clear. So that's fine. Okay, and finally I also need to take care of that of change. Maybe we should just, let's create another one right underneath here, because that is not, that's missing. So let's say change or give change. Change is fine. Alright, for change, hey, I'm just gonna copy these two. We want it to clear these and these. Okay, so that's to do with the change, if there's any error in there. So I'm gonna call this inside the button. Let's scroll right down and look for that very button. There we go, right here. So that is going to be here. Command equals change. There. Alright, so let's run that and see how that's going to work. There we go. Okay, we have some value in there. There we go, that's fine. Okay, supposing we have this. Okay, we want to reset. There, that's fine. The reset is working. So let's enter the details, the data properly. Okay, those are the purchases we intend to make. There we go. And that is £39.81p, and the customer has deposited 4. Okay, it's paying by cash. Change this to cash and pay. There we go, 19p change. And let's try to print. There, the print is working. Very good. So reset. Oh, let's try this out. So let's try out remove data from there. Okay, check this out, get rid of rainbow. There we go. And that is it, guys. So we have, let's see, we have £45, change is given, and there, guys. So with that, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of this channel. There are a lot of benefits if you're a member. For those guys that newly joined, thanks for joining, and I truly do appreciate your support. So with that, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. Bye for now.